Hi, and welcome to another follow point of sale dry cleaning software video. This one is the first of several videos on reports. And today I'm going to take you through a basic overview of the reporting system. And there's hundreds of reports and some of them are hidden. So what I'd like to do is just show you how you can access those. Most of the reports are available from the top menu. You do need to give access if you have security turned on to top menu to get to them. And you'll see that there's a selection of customer reports over here. This one is going to give you a listing of all the customers. This is going to give you a list of all the active customers. And this one's going to be a summary of the active customers. And the difference between the two is you don't get addresses and detail information. This is your account customers, only the ones that you've selected as account. This is going to give you a list of only the customers that have email addresses on file, and it'll give you the email address. Particularly if you're printing PDF and you have Acrobat Reader and you want to export that somewhere, but there's also under Office and marketing letters a way to export that as well. This gives you an ability to select the customer and give you the detail, in other words, all the tickets for a given customer. So this will show you the customer phone number and the customer name, and then it'll give you all the tickets within the date range that you selected. Okay. I'm not going to go through all of these, but suffice it to say that some of these are a little more detailed than others. This gives you locations and such. The ticket reports are quite substantial, and there's different sub-reports under detail as well. But that basically is going to give you the individual tickets. Some of the reports would detail, some not, and filtered by certain ways. You know, by sales, total dollars, the ones that were picked up within a date range, the one that came in on a certain date range. The status reports for tickets is really based on, you know, which ones are in process. And in process means it's being cleaned. It came in, it's being cleaned, and it hasn't been racked yet. Okay. Picked up and delivered tickets, and all these are filtered by day in or date out when you select the report. All the tickets are ready. Ready is the same as racked. So in other words, it's been marked ready or it's been assigned a location. And voided tickets, of course, is everything that's been voided today. This ticket sales by user is if you pay commission, you know, who took the ticket and wrote it in the system over the counter. Your production reports are really for managing your time in your production. If you have a dry cleaner, you know, how many shirts, how many pants, how many jackets came in today that haven't been cleaned yet, and you can keep an eye on that. Tax reports are specifically for your accountant or to do your taxes. Voided tickets, again, quick tickets are all the tickets that you wrote but you didn't itemize yet, and you chose the quick ticket option. And then how many tickets were edited today gives you an idea of who did what in terms of modifying tickets. And then you have these new tickets, which are user tickets, you know, so you can maybe pay commission to your counter people. You do have to have security turned on. And the new reports, which are laundry reports, specifically for calculating how much it costs to wash and how much it costs to dry. And it adds up by the person who processed it. So it keeps track of the user who did the washing and did the drying, so you can pay commission on that. And also picked up reports, detail showing all the items on the ticket, and then summary, just an overview with totals. Cash box reports really focus on cash that came in, and that's prepayments, that payments to accounts receivable. When you do a pickup and you pay by cash, check, charge, accounts receivable, loyalty dollars, coupon dollars, things like that. This is history, so if you want to look at the cash box back a couple days, This is your end of day report, history report. So if you want to see the end of day report from yesterday or the day before they forgot to do it. These are summary. Payment type is, again, all by cash. And then here's your credit card detail reconciliation report that you can use to reconcile against the credit card system that you have. So you also have my favorite reports, which is the sales summary reports. And this one is a production cost summary report, which is nice because it compares how much it costs to actually clean the clothes versus how much money you're making. So if you pay your dry cleaner 40% or 50%, then it'll take off for dry cleaning 40%. Let's say you pay your launderer, the person who does your laundry, you pay them 55%. It'll actually take the tickets that came in for a certain date range that you sent out. It'll show how much money you made or going to make in sales, and it'll subtract that percentage. And you set that percentage up in Utilities Class Manager. For every class, you can set a cost for dry cleaning. You have your sales. You have your sales by class, so it'll basically give you, how much money this month in dry cleaning and laundry, alteration, press only, etc., based on classes. And you can compare week by week, you can compare month by month, or you can run it for last year versus this year, or last month versus this year, and it'll summarize it. This will do the same thing by item. The cash box summary by class. This is how much money you brought in by class. So in other words, how much cash did I bring in dry cleaning this week? The sales in our follow reports is all based on tickets being written. And when you write a ticket, they don't have to prepay it unless you force it. So ticket sales are always going to be different than cash box and cash. So whenever you see cash or cash box, it really is how much money came into the cash drawer for the tickets, rather prepayment or during pickup or whenever. This is your monthly sales summary report, which is very nice because it's going to give you a month-to-month breakdown for a given range. So you can see January, February, March, April, May, and how much money was actually brought in sales. So if I go and do all the way from January till June, it's going to give me a breakdown. Now the weekly report will do the same thing. For whatever range you put in, it'll show each week. So you can put the month in, it'll do a breakdown, or 2 months. So you can see here, January 2018, amount paid. So we had basically $76 in tickets and sales, but out of those tickets, they've only paid $28. So basically in the month of January, we had a very bad month, by the way. This is a test store. So in the month of January, less than a third of the tickets have been paid, which means they're sitting on the rack. In February, it's about half, and you can see here, this is the total ticket price, and this is how much money actually came in. So this dry cleaner, it is a demo store, basically made almost $3,000 for the entire year. Basically, we would go bankrupt if we were a store. So I'm going to close that down. But when you come down here to sales, there is a weekly one. It does the same thing. So you can compare week by week for this month or for several months. Inventory conveyor is really focused on inventory on the racks. So you can print many reports to see, especially the tickets over 60 days, so you can start calling people. Your marketing reports are great, and you should experiment with those. Who are your top customers, your best customers? You want to reward them. Route and delivery is all compared to routes. Hotel is great if you do hotel reports, and then you have your item management if you want to print those reports. Accounts receivable, aged reports, print statements in bulk, coupons, discounts, and then of course there's labels. That's an extra module. Basically, you also have reports under the class manager, And there are reports here that you can set a date range by, and we'll talk to you later.